Right now at 10, breaking news. A surge in activity in Lower Puna prompting helicopter evacuations. We're live at the scene.
Millie Beth was all smiles all the time.
A missing Oahu teenager is found dead. A young man is arrested for murder.
It's so wonderful to see so many family and friends.
A late senator honored at the Capitol. Tonight, Hawaii celebrates the legacy of Daniel Akaka.
Plus, the final countdown will go live to England just hours before the royal wedding.
In high definition, from KGMB and KHNL, this is your source for breaking news. Hawaii News Now at 10.
And we start with this breaking news in Lower Puna tonight. A lava flow threatening homes is said to be moving about 300 to 400 yards per hour. At least 4 people have been evacuated by helicopter from a neighborhood east of Leilani Estates. Civil Defense wants residents from Isaac Hale Beach Park to Kalapana to be ready to evacuate in case Highway 137 is threatened.
Here's the fissure map. It's number 20 that's pumping out large volumes of lava. The flow headed southeast and crossed Poho'iki Road this afternoon. That cut off a community of about 40 homes. For now, residents are advised to shelter in place until further notice. And this all comes after experts confirmed a chemical change in the magma. What we're seeing tonight is the fresher, gassier lava.
Geologists have been warning that this would speed up the flows. Our Mileka Lincoln has an incredible vantage point tonight near one of those outbreaks. Mileka?
Aloha Keahi, Steph. What we have seen speed up certainly is how quickly the situation out here on the scene unfolds and changes. We've been out here for several hours now as invited guests of private property owners who have a lot near Puna Geothermal Venture just outside of Leni Puna Gardens, and their front yard is this incredible panoramic view of 4 of the most active of the 22 fissures that have broken out here along the Lower East Rift Zone. We have heard the booming explosions of gas vents opening up near an extraordinarily dynamic fissure 19 that has sent a fountain of lava spewing upwards about 500 feet throughout the day consistently today. And also fissure 20, where we have seen the development of Pahoehoe lava as it has made its way up to the surface and then very steadily but very deliberately piled upon itself, creating what appears to be a pu'u, a cone, what some residents in the area are referring to as the possibility of a new crater. That has just transformed in front of our eyes. We've seen it stack up more than 50 feet in the several hours that we've been out here today. And then we also witnessed what looks like the start of a new fissure. It's unclear whether or not USGS HVO officials have numbered or been aware of this new situation that has unfolded before us. But this fissure, we can tell you because we saw it ourselves, is responsible for claiming at least one house earlier today. That was around 4 o'clock this afternoon. When we first got here onto the scene just before noon, all this area was forested albizia trees, and we could see this line of steam, white smoke that was starting to make its way southwest toward the Leni Puna Gardens subdivision. And then in the hours that have progressed since this incredible new fissure has broken out. Look at that spattering, spewing lava. Certainly not as high as the fountain that has developed out of fissure 19 that is responsible again for that deafening noise, similar to almost a military jet, multiple ones taking off all at the same time with their engines just rumbling. It is ricocheting across what has now been a lava field that has created inside area that once was extremely densely forested, again, albizia trees. This is what the situation here on the ground is, and it changes so quickly, as I mentioned, that's exactly why Hawaii County Civil Defense Agency officials are asking everyone within lava hazard zones 1 and 2 to be prepared for the possibility of immediate evacuation, since they have no idea where the next fissure or eruption could potentially break out. Reporting live from just outside Lenny Puna Gardens, Mileka Lincoln, Hawaii News Now.
Mileka, real quick, it's a little frightening watching you out there. Are you not hot, and do you smell the fumes?
I thought you were going to ask if I smell, and I probably do because I've been standing out here for hours today. But here's what I can tell you. We are so far upwind, we are Mauka, and even though it looks like we are standing right on top of this incredible volcanic activity, as of course history is being made in front of our eyes here on Hawaii Island, we are an estimated about 500 yards away from this extraordinarily active fissure, Fissure 20. We're about a quarter of a mile away from that booming sound that you just heard, that thunderous roar that has been coming from that extraordinarily active lava fountain, which is believed to be Fissure 19. And we are in an area that is far upwind enough that you can't even smell the brush or the albizia trees burning, let alone an odor of sulfur in the air. Now, we did take all of the protective and precautionary measures that we have been asked to by civil defense officials. So we do have a helmet, we do have our respiratory masks on standby, but we are safe. For as close as it looks, we are good.
Oh, well, we're glad to hear that you're safe, because we can't help but feel worried seeing everything happening behind you and hearing those loud explosions. Thank you very much, Mileka.
Assignment of a lifetime right there. Wow. Meantime, the seismic activity continues on the Big Island.
Yeah, Guy Hagi has more on the earthquakes and the air quality. Guy.
Well, that's right. There's been more seismic activity around Kilauea today and less activity around Leilani Estates, where those eruptions are happening. Now, most of the shakes have been on the light side. The strongest one over the last 12 hours was a magnitude 3.3, and that was in the Kilauea area, which does indicate the magma continues moving. That also means more VOG and sulfur dioxide. Now, the winds are shifting, which is good news for the northern half of the Big Island. However, the air quality will be substandard from Pahala all the way down to South Point. And that's not expected to change anytime soon, although cleaner air is expected for the next several days. We're talking from Maui to Kauai. Now, coming up later, we'll check on what's up for the surf for the weekend.
We go live now to the Hawaii State Capitol, where the late Senator Daniel Akaka is lying in state for 24 hours as National Guard members stand at attention beside his casket. Senator Akaka passed away last month at age 93. Right now, we are about halfway through that 24-hour period of mourning, and people are still lining up to say a hui ho.
My dad would be the first one to say, hey, no need make a big fuss about this, you know.
No big fuss, just love and appreciation for the first and only native Hawaiian U.S. Senator. Daniel Akaka served in public office for 36 years, before that as an educator, and forever a family man. Tonight, as his casket lies at the Capitol Rotunda, Hawaii says mahalo.
The rumor was that he's too nice. Nice guys finish last. Well, you know, he dispelled that myth.
I don't think I'll get much of an argument from anyone that Danny Akaka embodies the true meaning of aloha.
You know, he had that charisma, he had that knowledge, that brilliance.
He was the kindest and holiest man I've ever met. He was the best man in Washington throughout all the time he was there.
The senator's casket arrived at the Capitol at 10 this morning. National Guard members will watch over it through the night until 10 tomorrow morning. The public is welcome the entire time.
It's Aloha Friday.
And musicians are planning to play Kanikapila style until 2 a.m.
His life of aloha is an example for all of us. So we're just here sharing his joy with his family. We love it.
The late senator leaves behind 5 children, 15 grandchildren, and nearly 24 great-grandchildren. And of course, his wife, Auntie Millie. Next week marks their 70th anniversary. Tomorrow, Akaka will be memorialized at Kawaya Ha'o Church, that sacred place where they got married.
I just wasn't expecting this, and it's really heartwarming and wonderful. We appreciate it.
For us, he's still very much alive to us in our heart and soul, and we know that his spirit is always with us.
Such a wonderful event tonight, and more to come. Our team will broadcast tomorrow's ceremony live on air and online at hawaiinewsnow.com. It all starts at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon on KGMB.
Breaking news tonight, a man has been arrested accused of the murder of a 19-year-old woman from Wahiawa who had been reported missing earlier this week. Our Chelsea Davis joins us now live with the latest. Chelsea.
Yeah, Steph, we're right outside Wahiawa State Freshwater Park because police sources tell us this is where her body was found. She just graduated from Lelehua High School last year, and her family is in disbelief.
Beth was all smiles all the time. She was a very happy person. You know, love to see her laugh, love to make her laugh.
19-year-old Nellie Beth Albert was last seen at her apartment in Wahiawa on Tuesday.
Lord, this is not easy. Tragedy has struck this family.
Her father says he reported her missing to police that night after she didn't come home from her friend's house. He said he got the call from police today that her body was recovered at Wahiawa State Freshwater Park.
Those in the park say officers were gathered in this heavily wooded area near Lake Wilson.
Police records show 21-year-old Kaniala Avia Raposa was booked for second-degree murder.
Any parents that lose a child, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt, but through prayer, there can be, you never forget, but there can be healing.
Her father says it's still unclear how exactly his daughter died. We're still waiting on autopsy results. He's also not sure what the relationship is between the suspect and his daughter, but Avia Raposo has not been charged. Reporting live in Wahiawa, Chelsea Davis, Hawaii News Now.
Thank you, Chelsea. Still ahead tonight, a 13-year-old girl is arrested after a heartbreaking discovery in a dumpster.
Also, a pivotal decision on a North Shore wind farm that the community fought to stop.
And less than a week after the rollout, a scooter sharing company on hold. Next on Hawaii's Most Watched News. I want to take you back out live to Lanipuna Gardens where fishers are pumping lava tonight. We heard earlier loud explosions, and we are now seeing a pahoehoe flow, faster moving lava. And this, what you're looking at, was once a dense forested area. But all the albizia trees have been burned, and it is looking pretty barren right now. 4 people had to be evacuated by helicopter earlier tonight. Stay with us here on air and online for the latest updates on the ongoing eruptions.
Yeah, no signs of letting up. Honolulu police have arrested a 13-year-old girl on account of murder for the death of her newborn baby. The teenager's attorney claims she didn't even know she was pregnant until she went into labor at her Eva Beach home in February. We're told she tried to keep it secret, but her mother took her to the doctor, who confirmed she'd given birth. The girl then admitted she disposed of the baby in a dumpster. The teen has not yet been charged. And Kauai police have released the booking photo of Louis Elliott Landsman, who is accused of stabbing to death his mother, Charlene, at the bank where she worked in Lihue yesterday. The 34-year-old from Moloa'a allegedly used a large hunting-type knife. He remains in custody on $1 million bail. Anyone with information on Landsman is asked to call police.
The State Land Board has approved another controversial wind farm near Kahuku. Despite opposition from North Shore residents, the board voted 5-1 to allow the Napua Makani Wind project. The community petitioned to stop the development of the turbines, citing their height, noise, and harm to endangered species, including the Hawaiian hoary bat. The company promised to make changes to lower the kill rate and spend millions to protect forests and fund research. A scooter sharing company Lime is suspending its business in Honolulu as it tries to work out a plan with the city. The company made the decision after the city classified their electric scooters as mopeds, impounding a number of them. Lime says it is reviewing the city's rules and will evaluate its next steps. According to the company, people have taken its scooters for more than 4,000 rides since Saturday.
Ahead tonight, an Oahu MMA fighter who suffered a terrible crash makes an incredible comeback.
But first, a fine day for a royal wedding. This is a live look at Windsor Castle. Festivities getting underway. A young American is about to become a duchess.
From Hawaii News Now and your team for severe weather, this is your forecast with Guy Hagi.
Trade winds taking over on this Aloha Friday, so temperatures are comfortable in the mid to upper 70s. The cool spot, well, it's cooler, it looks like in Maui County and over in Hilo, where it's down into the low 70s. Now, there's not much rain out there, although you see this batch of moisture right here. It could come into the windward sides of Maui and the Big Island overnight tomorrow and into Sunday, but until then we'll only see a few scraps of rain. Now there's not much out there, a few minor splashes out there, but something very interesting. Radar is picking up that eruption out near Leilani Estates. It's showing up as moisture. We know that's not rain, right? But look at that. That's incredible that the radar gets to pick that up. That's how much activity is coming in over there. We've got a few showers over on the east side of Maui, but those showers are of the light variety. Here in Oahu, we could get a few minor splashes overnight, but right now it's fairly dry and pretty much the same for Kauai, although 2 days ago they got a lot of rain out towards Hanalei. It has since dried up, and we are expecting brisk trade winds pushing in a few overnight and morning showers, and we are expecting really skimpy rainfall totals, maybe a third of an inch or less. That's in the next 36 hours, so not much rain at all. So the weekend is looking nice. A few scattered wind and Mauka showers, especially early in the day. Breezy trade-ins, high temperatures again running into the middle 80s. Drier conditions on Sunday for most of the state, except for the windward sides of Maui and the Big Island. Surf is going to be very good tomorrow, no matter where you go. A little bit choppy on the windward side, and the South Shore will be peaking, although it's going to be slightly bigger up in the country. And again, with those breezy trade-winds taking over, it's going to be comfortable weather all the way until the end of next week. So load up on the sunblock.
All right, thank you so much, Guy. Happening right now, today is the day Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will tie the knot.
Yeah, you can bet the whole world's going to be watching this royal wedding. Let's take a live look right now on the streets of Windsor, England, where it's just about 9:30 on a bright Saturday morning. Look how blue the sky is. It's a break in tradition doing this on a Saturday. Most royal weddings happen in the middle of the week. The ceremony will take place in just a few hours at St. George's Chapel in front of about 800 guests.
Yeah, Prince Charles will escort Markle down the aisle, but will not give her away. He's stepping in for Markle's father after he became ill. The couple will be known as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
Aren't they a good-looking pair? You can watch live coverage of the royal wedding at 10:30 right after this newscast on KHNL. Still ahead tonight, Oahu's first case of rat lungworm disease this year, prompting a warning for young families.
It appears to be some kind of strange coincidence.
An animal mystery as experts try to explain several monk seal deaths. Where were they found?
Breaking news, let's go back to Lower Puna live as we watch this incredible lava fountain just bursting from the ground. Earlier today, as many as 6 fissures were active at once. This is the new, fresh, gassy lava coming all the way from Kilauea. It's viscous, it moves quickly, and it is producing pahoehoe lava flows today. And I'm told by a friend in Pepe'ekeo tonight, 30 miles away, it is visible from north of Hilo. They can see it all the way up there on the Hamakua coast. Back on Oahu, a toddler from central Oahu is the island's first confirmed patient with rat lungworm disease this year.
It's important for people to be aware that we do have to watch our kids here a little more closely, especially when they're outside and or in an area where there could be slugs or snails around.
The state health department says kids are at risk of contacting the parasites since they often put their hands in their mouths. The toddler who got sick was hospitalized earlier this month, but is now improving and will return home soon. It is the 4th case statewide this year.
Federal wildlife officials report 3 dead monk seals around Oahu in the past 3 days. On Tuesday, an adult female known as Nani was found in Kaneohe Bay. On Wednesday, a pup was found in Laie. And just yesterday, an adult female believed to be the pup's mother was found in Kahuku. That seal was known as Ua Malie. The necropsy suggests it is all coincidence.
We can say with some certainty that we didn't see any clear evidence of trauma, of fishhook injection, of entanglement, or anything like that. And we don't see any pattern between the 3 deaths that is suggesting that there's a common link at this point in time.
Here's the number to call if you see a sick seal or any other marine life. Officials stress the importance of reporting sightings.
Just ahead tonight, what did this billionaire with Hawaii ties just give to the Bishop Museum?
And don't forget, Scoring Live is a place to keep up with Hawaii sports. Look for it on hawaiinewsnow.com.
Selected wardrobe for Hawaii News Now anchors provided by Saks Fifth Avenue. Update your look with the latest trends in shoes and handbags at Saks Fifth Avenue, Waikiki.
You're watching Keahi Tucker and Stephanie Lum on Hawaii News Now, your source for breaking news.
I'm so glad to report an MMA victory in Singapore.
That's right. Mililani's Angela Lee remains undefeated. She retained her 1 championship atomweight title with a unanimous decision. Her 19-year-old brother Christian also fought today, but came up short for the featherweight title. The two were trying to be the first brother-sister world champs in MMA history.
When I first saw this figure, I was astonished, really speechless.
This 20-inch tall sculpture of the Hawaiian god Ku will be the centerpiece of a new exhibit at Bishop Museum next February. It was a gift from Salesforce chairman and CEO Mark Benioff and his wife, who bought it at a Christie's auction for more than $7 million. The couple has a home on the Big Island and felt the statue belonged at the museum. Tests revealed it was carved out of ohia wood sometime in the 18th or 19th centuries. The museum plans more testing to pinpoint the date and dispel any critics who've been questioning its authenticity. So I'll go get to check it out in February.
Yeah, that museum's got lots of treasures to come.
All right, we want to take you back out now to Lower Puna, where we are seeing the volcanic activity showing no signs of slowing down. A lot of lava spattering, loud explosions, and just the magma continuing to flow out of those fissures near Lanipuna Gardens.
Armileka Lincoln met a very nice woman who allowed us to come into her backyard and set up our live camera, where we've been watching this all afternoon, and throughout the day it's just been expanding and taking over this entire hillside. And you see all the embers there, not just the lava, but burning the forest. And our good fortune to be upwind from all of this in a relatively safe and dry spot, and we're just getting to soak it all in here and witness this incredible lava flow.
Yeah, no, the incredible thing too is, you know, you're looking at stuff that's over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. You can't even wrap your head around how hot that is, but it is moving at a good pace, and that's a good thing, right?
And Guy, judging by all the fog and the smoke and the sulfur dioxide in the air, what are the winds doing, and where are they are they pushing the fields?
Northeasterly trade winds are taking over, so they're going to push that fog down towards Pahala, and then later in the day with the light winds, they'll be moving up towards Kona.
All right, we'll have continuing coverage through the weekend. Good night.
Good night.
With the Hawaii News Now mobile app, breaking news is in the palm of your hand. Sponsored by King Windward Nissan.